And now is the time to move forward for our next very special session, which is the Unlocking Opportunities India Beyond Metros. And to talk on this, to present this in front of all of you, we would like to welcome Mr. Gulshan Verma, who is the CEO of Geo Ads. Please welcome, sir. I would want all of you to please give him a huge, huge round of applause. Please welcome, sir. Yes. You want to click now? Okay. You want that mic?
Yeah, just getting the mic set up, guys. Hello? Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Gulshan. I look after a business called Geo Ads. Interesting set of conversations. Hemant, who is a very well-respected part of the community, has always been at the forefront of some of these conversations. And at least today, I want to talk about two things. And it's more insights-driven than it is anything else. But, hopefully you'll pick something away from this. First, just a bit about who we are. We are Geo Ads. We launched about a year and a half ago. We are the advertising arm of Geo. We connect 450 million people to the internet. We have 450 million billing relationships. We reach nearly 400 million people across our content network. And we also are India's largest retailer, where we support nearly 200 customers. And the whole idea is that you can put it tied all in together with your phone number. Okay. But what I wanted to talk about is something similar to what Hemant and the team was talking about, which is where is the opportunity for marketers and brands outside India? Okay, and I think the opportunity really is, to a certain extent, outside what we call India 1, Metro India. And I define it as India 2 and 3. So non-Metro India is about 400 million people, or as I like to call it, about 1.5 Indonesias. And non-rural India is almost 1 billion people, 900 million. And if you look at the average income per capita, you've got India 1 with an average income of about $7,500 per year. So that's about the income of a Mexico. Okay. You have India 2 as, again, similar to an Indonesian style of living. And India 3 is still up and coming, but the rates of growth are very different. And that's interesting. We've talked about this for a while. What does that mean? Actually, today, forget your audiences. Your customers live outside of the metros today. We are lucky enough to have pretty much a full view of insights from our users. More than 70% of all customers in e-commerce, in finance, live outside India 1. So there are 93 million digital wallet users in India 2 and India 3. 67 million people have taken a loan. If you look at something like stock and mutual fund buyers, okay, that's 53 million consumers. Okay. But somewhere between 7 to 8% of your customers are actually outside of that. Forget about that. Let's talk about e-commerce. We've always talked about it. We've actually been able to observe and analyze. If you look at fashion shoppers, nearly 8 out of every 10 fashion shoppers live in India 2 and India 3. Actually, 5 out of 10 live in rural India. Now, I'm not saying the value is the same. I'm not saying that the spending capacity is the same. But from a pure numbers point of view, you're talking about 75 to 80% of your audience living outside India 1. And that's the untapped audience all the way. Okay. And some of it was brought up already, so I'll skip past this. But I think fundamentally, if you think about the world of language, if you think about the world of behavioral, okay, this is the interesting opportunity. Hemant was talking about this, so I'm just going to bring it up again. You have to speak to them in a language that they understand. You have to speak to them in their voice and their value. Okay. I think the second thing is the growth of connected TV. And there's just two ideas. I just thought it'd be interesting to take away. We've just launched 5G in India, although phones aren't quite yet up and running right now, but most things are. I don't know if you know this, but Geo Ads is now the largest high-speed internet provider Geo in India today. According to TRI, there are something like 25 million subscribers of India right now, and we supply about 7.5 million of them. And if you look at it, this is about 7.3 changes every month. What is the number one use case? I connect my phone or my laptop to my Wi-Fi, and I work from home, I do my studies, I browse, whatever it is. And that is 6.5 million. The number two use case, 6 out of 10 people with a Wi-Fi connection do this, is they connect their large screen TV to it. And we've actually been able to break it down. So out of the 6 out of 10, almost 47% of the 62% are watching via the Geo set-top box. Okay. Apart from that, there's another 17% who watch via their Android TV or their smart TV, which is directly connected to the router. And about another 8% also have it connected to the Wi-Fi via dongle, usually like an Amazon Fire Stick, a Chromecast, Apple TV box. But actually, the vast majority are coming via, directly by the set-top box. And the set-top box is interesting because it's not just a place where you can go and watch. You can also do video conferencing. You can also do interesting opportunities there. Then if you think about what else they're doing, a much smaller percentage are using smart devices. So it's about 11%, 1 in 10. Now if I split that up, roughly about 1 in 2, of the 11%, about 5 to 6% are connecting their Alexa devices, their speakers, etc. And there's another 5, 6% who are also connecting in other things like I'm guessing smart bulbs, a bunch of other things. We kind of summarized it. And a very early small percent are connecting their PlayStations and their Xbox 360s, or their Xbox, to the next level. But this is the big opportunity. 62%. Connected TV out of the 25 million is this. And the way we like to think about the opportunity is if you slice and dice it, it's actually in a pretty interesting place. It's very high penetrated in the north. West is about 25% of that audience base. 20% in the south, and another 15% in the east. And it actually varies across. 23% are considered high affluence. Mid-affluence is almost 1 in 2. And the low affluence is 28%. So there's a lot of interesting insights that you can start putting in together. But these are audiences you cannot reach via linear TV today. And since we've just launched 5G, this is our view. Our view today is that there are 20 million households that are watching some form of connected TV. Okay? There's 166 million today who are watching pay linear TV, and free is going to go with about 45 million, and there's 90 million who are not watching. In 3 years' time, there's going to be the biggest segment is actually going to be broadband connected households who are watching online. Okay? Pay linear TV we think is going to shrink, free is still going to be maintained, and they're all going to be addressable via connected TV and mobile, whichever format that you think about. I think that's going to be the interesting opportunity because today the value of television is still very powerful. It has scale, it has a big reach, it has emotion, it has full storytelling. But I'm seeing our households watch about 4.5 hours of television a day via the connected TV. Okay? And the platform that we've built is able to make them targetable at a household by household level. This is an audience that you cannot reach on television today. This is only going to get bigger. And this is the example of some of the things we've done. So we did a campaign with Philips air fryer, okay, reached 1 million households. They saw a 10% increase in search uplift just on advertising on the set-top box. Not even reaching like 25% of our entire audience, just 1 million households. And this is the household. Air fryer is a very high-end product, okay? I need to be connected. I'm looking at something that is healthy all the way through. And these are the kind of things that we're thinking about. But imagine being able to do that at 100 million households, 500 million people. And that's the future that we're thinking about, okay? I don't talk any more about that, but in the next month, we have launched the Geo Air Fiber, which I like to call broadband in a box. You'll come in, plug it in, and you now have 5G speeds around your entire household. If you're going somewhere else, you can just unplug it, plug it in as well, okay? And speeds are going to be maybe a gigabyte per second, maybe half a gigabyte per second, up from the 100 megabytes per second that you have right now. And once you think about that, that's really going to change how we think about and consume media. Great. Thank you.